Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011 and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV Post Dawntrail main scenario quest. Last time we completed the information gathering section of looking into Gul'Dra's mother. So now we're headed to help Kona. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's see what each character has to say first. Say hello to Kona for me. You'll have plenty of time while I work on this. Trust me. I would be astonished if they were able to restore the railroad service so quickly. The locomotive was nigh obliterated in the collision with the dome. Raha and I will keep an eye on things here in your absence. Geode? Let us know if there's good news concerning the railroad. We can disseminate it through the network and hopefully put some minds at ease. And without further ado, let's head to where our quest is. So how is everyone today? Oh, it looks like they're inside this building. Oh, there's a back door. Nito Wike. Operations are still suspended, but we're trying to maintain optimistic. It's good to see you looking well yourself. I've filled Kona in. He asked that we continue to support the Alexandrians as best we can. Valve Resolve and Wolfmage Corwin to boot. What can we do for you? We were hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Valve's reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Ah. Scratch that. On his way. Oh, I'm not gonna embarrass Arenville. Good, looking good, Arenville. As the guild ship has officially approved my transition from gleaner to independent contractor, I was in need of more befitting attire. You're here about the railroad too? It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lavachi has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty putting her into the station, in a matter of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other consideration, but now we're back on our original problem: how to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mawahetsona. That is the Ronek. Though the Hitsaru that follow them are none too pleased about their Hitsaru being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronek will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronek's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Ronek's grazing partons have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Mawa Hetsona for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hitsaru have to say about it. They are the ones who most affected after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Hawato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hitsaru encampment if you'd like. Oh, I didn't realize I had Floofy Plume summoned, and he was standing inside the desk. Hold on a tick. Make it so Floofy Plume gets more experience when I kill things. Where is that item? There it is. Carbuncle. As committed as the Hitsaru are to tradition, they are amenable to unfamiliar, or so I'm told. I think all of this can be picked packed up at a moment's notice to follow wheresoever the Ronak lead. Our prior visit to the Hitsaro was also on railroad business. Pray they do not take us for train enthusiasts. That's Kona Valvrizen, is it not? I can scarce believe it. Valve resolve and Valve reason. I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to Mawahetsona? Thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Dawntrail Railroad. You two have noticed the Ronak's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto? Normally we'd expect the Ronak to keep to their favorite grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quality or quantity of the grazing in Pyre. I can't read these names. Yawatane. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward towards the railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hitsaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am Hitsaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronak as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. A chance encounter with a kind fellow merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyola markets, and that was where the Dawn servant founded and adopted me. I had already been in the palace sometime when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I know the pain of solitude and want to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Flashback time! Truly, I have never heard of the Ronak choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor any Hitsaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstances. I can't say. The idea of following their footsteps that I might make better excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. But if they had good reason, wouldn't you want to know? As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hitsaro may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor of innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And I too refuse to learn and to refuse to learn of one's treasure country's treasured traditions would make me a poor dawn servant indeed. Please teach me of the Roanoke and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. You will learn of Hetzaru culture with me. I should like to approach this with a fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. Then settled. We'll learn more of the Roanoke, and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. My knowledge of the culture was born in I was the of the culture I was born into is from written accounts alone, and few of them at that. It will be a joy to share our traditions with the new Dawn Servant, as we once did with Gulajaja. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I am not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. Now, introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Oh, I accidentally skipped some dialogue. Let's meet back here and share what we've learned. Tiny misclick. Oh, I forgot I haven't done all of these. Wow, Lancer is the farthest I've done on any of these. No, I've done all of Rogues. We could get some decent experience doing those on the classes I haven't finished. You're learning about the Hetzaru way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall if I arrive at them myself. Ahem. Our Hetzaru provide us with something that we use in medicine, poultices, soaps, and to drive away pests, and to sustain our fires. What is it? Is it dung again? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We've discovered myriad uses for Roanoke chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Hetzaru always provides. Neat. Let's see if we can find Kona while we're doing this. Want to get his 2 cents. Oh, that's the people from the Raid series. What are they doing here? Where is Kona? I guess similar to the situation with Alpha, you can find them wandering around. Huh, doesn't seem I can find him. Okay. What to do? The wind will go right through it, and me without my needle to sew. Mending kit. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Frequently, the Ronek hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. God, I'm pressing controls from another game I've been playing, Guild Wars 2. I just pressed the control for mount with Guild Wars 2. I'm afraid I've finished with my task for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migrating customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Ronek are our Hetsaro, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, the Hitsaro must also part with half of our number. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as people. This too is the wisdom of the Hetsaro. You're here to help? Well then, why don't I show you how to care for a Ronek's coat? Go ahead and run your fingers through it. Gently now. As you stroke the Ronek's coat, you note that many portions are shaggy and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? You need the right tool for the job. Mind, a comb of the type you're using, you're used to, just gets lost in the tangle, like as not. Fur brush. Ah, Sabato sent a Ronek brush with you, did he? How like him? Just run it through the one little patch at a time, gently. You dutifully brush the Ronek until your arm grows weary from the prolonged battle with the coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same can't be said of your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Well done. With less excess fur, our friend will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat, and less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries, should the need arise. I still don't see, Kona. Wonder where he went. It will be a joy to share our traditions with the new Dawntrail, as once we did with the Gulu Jaja. You smell of grass and the winds, which is a good thing, I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us, if a bit on the furry side. I have to wonder how Valkona is getting on. I assume he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us is sincere. Ah, there he is now. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing grazing the Ronek and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination to force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you learned it? Have you anything to share? It's our life revolves around the Ronek, but in turn the people receive all they need. Yes, I feel the truth is of this myself. While I was hesitant to leave my fate to the whims of the Hetsaro rather than tread man-made paths, I arrived where I was meant to be all the same. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a destination might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronek, as they did to me. So I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish as an act as once I believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here to in service of the people of Tyrell, after all. Nevertheless, thank you for helping me find a deeper meaning in we've done today. And I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hitsar are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valkona. You're welcome among our herd any time. And we're gonna take the silver. What's this? So that's why I couldn't find him. It was wandering out in the wilds. The warmth of family. Kona appears loath to part from his Rona companion. Kona, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hitsaro. They nourish the Hitsaro as they grow, and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are truly equal to any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Roneks are sensitive, though we may treat their injuries and brush their coats to keep them hale. They must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hitsaru would never cage them, neither should we. To control their migratory patterns and capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronek's once favored grazing ground. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is quite too quiet. It's not just the Ronek. Even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Raptors, but they looked to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with a natural disaster, earthquake, landslide, and the like. Though the Hitsaru would have surely put two and two together were the cause geological. I measured the area's aether to be certain there was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption. But I did notice one anomaly. A strange etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A large animal, perhaps. And a powerful one, like as not. A predator given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had been bitten, had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be. A Turuhetso? Turuhetso? Ronek Reaver, in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such Our people have several names for such creatures. Things that steal Hitsaro in the night is another evocative one. Ronek can feed off many predators, with their horns, but not the Taruhetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horns nor arrows can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I can't recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home, and its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Ronek's consternation is clear. As it's our next move, we must drive this reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear. We'll make certain that the beast threatens you no more. Welcome all who are here. I see the people have arrived. The Ronek Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We can't allow it to roam unchecked. But it wouldn't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others return from across the plain having spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found. Your progress through the upcoming battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if either battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, the progress will be lost.
Hetsu is coming this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety!
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver. I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
There they are!
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
In a panic was clearly an understatement. More are coming!
You're mine!
All or nothing, then.
Right on the mark. Right.
It seems that did the trick.
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there! Not so fast!
He got yeeted.
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
Ah!
Kona! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer! You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Damn it! Not even a scratch!
Buy me some time to think, will you? It must have a weakness, and I will find it. Keep it busy. I need time.
Right. Go for the legs.
Now we just have to keep it pinned. Get thinking, Kona!
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow? I've got it! One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and...
Fucking sniper rifle.
you're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
There's nothing stopping us now!
Right on the mark.
Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me!
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it!
This is going to hurt.
We did it. The Hetso, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mechwa Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one, and it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozenihetta, a camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozenihetta. That's where the Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a Reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran, and as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Sorry, that made me cry. Need a sec. Okay. Falcone counts us among his family, then he's part of ours. You made felling that road, that Turu Hetso look easy. On behalf of the Hetso, thank you. We certainly got more than we bargained for when we set out to solve our railroad conundrum. I can't imagine how Kona must be feeling right now. That Reaver, do you suppose it was the same one that... To know that the Hetso are safe is more than enough. Yet would it be wrong to hope that in protecting them we also avenge my parents? It is the least I owe them after all this time. Wolf Mage, thank you for standing with me as Dawntrail's servant and as the oft imperfect man beneath that mantle. Now let us return our attention to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Roneks straying from their favored grazing, and obtained the tool to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Let us return to Shaloni Station. Begin work on it then. While Laka and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. Go ahead and traverse over here. The dun-faced mount. A variety of artisans from across Tyrol have come to assist with the railroad, so I foresee no difficulty in creating the whistle that Kona proposed. I always carry a spare pair of spectacles or two, as it can be difficult to find replacements outside the city. You wouldn't believe how many I went through during the Rite of Succession. This train will be ready in no time. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So the Ronek were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are, and Valkona's not too bad himself. What with his whistle idea. Sit tight, we'll have this train on the tracks before you know it.
go.
Whoa! She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through her paces.
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Now anyone will be able to come and go from the dome as they please. I can't wait to spread the word in Alexandria. Oh. I expect that with the Reaver gone, the Roanoke will gradually return to their old habits, and we won't see many approaching the tracks. It's good to see that the whistle will be effective in the meantime, however. With that, I believe our work here is done. The fine people of Dawntrail railing can take it from here. The folks that Valcona brought in to help rebuild the railroad have already returned home, and I hope we can give them a ride someday. For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroad running again. But now that the test drive was a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. For Shaloni and then the continent. First Shaloni and then the continent. Watch out, Dawntrail. Here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamachi? It won't be as it wouldn't be as I once envisioned, or perhaps someday we can take that train journey into Yassalani together. Crossroads. After never one to stand still, Woklamat is ready to race back to Alexandria. Well, it's possible that Shale made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? Gulja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Ffxiv we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me, and I carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a tiny Ffxiv? What? No. It's merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it was a good souvenir as any. Whatever you say, for what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time. See if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. see. Yeah, use a Aetheryte ticket. You must be exhausted. Nip out? Shall I nip out for an energy tonic? So Zorolja was conducting research in Ueyawata. I have some memories of the place from my childhood. Glad you're back. We wouldn't want to keep Vilja here waiting any longer than necessary. Ernville is wearing his Kafkiwa. That makes me happy. Looks like we arrived at a good time. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus the railroad is back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale is nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to share her findings with us immediately. I'm interrupting something, I gather? Why, Ishtola, what brings you here? I have seen enough of the gate in the Sky Deep Cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. Well there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on Electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once I've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishulja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
My name is Taishulja, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I am, Was a Virgin with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vitral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuliolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today, it should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy Kaniloka shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine.
Oop, I accidentally skipped
Father
it.
and Mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Why leave such a record, you ask? I can't be certain, but I believe Teishoja simply wanted someone to know how she felt, to understand. No matter how brave a face Golja puts on, I expect it will take him time to come to terms with this. He is a strong one, though. You needn't worry too much. Teishoja left written records as well. I'll compile them for Golja. Perhaps something in them will be of comfort. It's okay. I wanted to know more about my parents, and now I do. I don't regret it. I have Lamachi, Kona, and you, Wolf Mage. I'm not lonely now. You may find it hard to believe, but until the Rite of Succession, Zoralja was a good brother to me, and I thought that Papa was the best father anyone could ask for. I don't know. Oh, someone's at my door. Okay, I'm back. I don't want to think the time we spent together as a family was a lie, but why... But by the time... But by the same token, the bitterness my brother harbored was all too real. If the dome had appeared, Taisha... If the dome had not appeared, Taisha would have been very different. Taisha's tale would have been very different. Yet whether or not she would have been happier, I can't say. What a mess. What a mess. It's better to know. A profound response for one so young. Though I wish he didn't have to be, Gulja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Gulja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I'm ready to head to living memory when you are. I'm planning to be thorough, so we will need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back, yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart from Alexandria anytime soon. But when we spoke before, you said many from Tuliola were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard. If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at Laynode 9. But I think this is a good point to end the stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my stream. I hope you guys stop by again. Until next time, I've been Wolf Mage 1011, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!